I love to move my body. I love the freedom that comes with putting a weight over my head. There's something about exerting that energy and powerfulness that really wakes up that fire. And beauty, and love, and passion. I grew up in a small town, Saskatchewan, Canada. When I was in grade 3, the teacher gave me a very special job. She asked me to put the O Canada song on at the beginning of the day, and I got to stand at the front of the room with my flag, and I felt so special. I loved that job. I loved being at the front of the room and having such a special task to do. At recess one of the days though, one of the kids told me how stupid I looked. And at that exact moment, I felt a deep pain that I had never felt before. And I associated that with not being able to be that girl at the front of the classroom who loves being there. And I started to go through my whole life being fearful of being ridiculed if I was totally myself, getting hurt, feeling pain if I was my total excited, happy self. I kept going through life this way. I started making choices that I thought were good choices, and because they didn't make me feel how I wanted to, it didn't matter because I had already decided that if I felt the way I wanted to feel, that I was going to get hurt. One of the biggest ways I showed that in my life was in the man I chose to marry. I was in this marriage that I was sure was going to bring me those feelings of happiness that I wanted. But all I kept feeling was sad, lonely, and it didn't matter what I did. It just never happened. I wanted to be a good person and a good woman, a good wife, and I couldn't do it. I could not be that woman I wanted to be. I didn't feel like I could leave. I didn't feel like I could do it on my own. And so I just stayed. I committed. And eventually it just blew up. Standing in the rain, in the fall, in the middle of harvest, I wanted to do everything I could so that he didn't leave. It kept going through my head. How am I going to have a family? How am I going to create a house and a life again? And even though it was awful, I didn't want to let that dream go that I had. I'd held on to it very tightly for so long. But it was too late. The decision had already been made and it was done. I remember the look in his eyes, and it was so empty. There was no love. I scared myself with him. I was about as far away from the person I knew I was. Every single thing changed for me. I didn't have a home to live in anymore. I didn't have my dream of having a family and children. Everything I thought was going to happen completely changed. the reality is we only have control over ourselves. And when I really understood that I have complete control about how I want to have my life be, that's where the magic started happening. I started approaching everything with this like curiosity. Like, instead of feeling sad when someone was mean to me, I would have been like, what's that about? Where's my learning in that? And anything that ever happened, I was just like, okay, this is another lesson. And I would take it as growth for myself. So my life became personal growth. And it took me a while to really integrate that as part of who I was being. But even if I screwed up, it was an opportunity for me to learn something about myself. But not only that, to like go through the world like totally 100% Luann, not worrying about being too much or, doing the wrong thing. And the more I take that step, it is just so much fun. I went back to university. I was going to finish off my second degree, and I had a friend in the city who had a gym, and I didn't know what exactly this gym was about, but I knew it would be good because this person was very passionate about what they were doing. And I just started showing up every single day. I just wanted to start feeling better. I started noticing this fire rising inside of me, and I just wanted to feel more of that. And I thought, this is exactly how I want to feel in my life. I want to feel on fire. And through movement, I discovered this feeling. This gym that I started going to became a place where I built my life around. Moving your body is complete movement of healing, and it becomes this experience of growth. I didn't know that I wanted to start a business. I feel like the business chose me. I started putting everything I was learning into a program that I could teach people. I really wanted to share this knowledge. When I speak to people, there's this genuine love that happens very quickly. I have a way of not judging people and like loving them so much, so quickly. And when people are in that space, they start to really show up exactly as themselves too. And I think part of my job on this planet is to do that. I got to create my exact dream life. And I chose to just keep taking steps. Even though people around me didn't think it was a good idea or the way I was going about it wasn't right, but there was something in me that knew to just keep going. Spending so much of my life feeling muted, feeling like I was toning it down, I really honestly got sick of it. I wanted to be this full version, this powerful version of myself. And I stopped caring so much about what people might think. I started putting people around me that loved that. And instead of going through life feeling like I was going to get hurt, I just started being more of myself. And the more I started doing that, the more I started feeling like that grade 3 little girl was coming back. And that was a good feeling. What if we approached every single person we encountered with complete love and non-judgment, where people felt completely supported in anything they needed to say, their deepest, darkest secrets, and it was all just okay. I love the magic that happens when people feel that.